Do not try to get the audience, your congregation, to respond to you, but get them to respond to God's presence. So what do I mean by that? Is we make the worship moment about us because we have this brokenness in our identity. We have this brokenness in our souls that is causing this insecurity. And so what we do when we lead, what tends to happen out of this place of brokenness is we look forward to people responding to when we lead. We look forward to people lifting their hands when we give our worship commands. Come on, everybody, lift your hands. Come on, everybody, sing out. And when they respond, it just fuels this appetite for identity, for affirmation, for validation, and it just fuels our ego. And though we want, of course, people to respond during worship, it's all about the motive and intention behind it. Are you wanting them to respond because it's soothing a brokenness in you? Are you needing them to come to you after your service or event, your worship night, and for them to embrace you with full of tears and just tell you how well you led and how God just changed your life? Is that those things happen? But how are you receiving that in your heart? Are you receiving it from a place of like, yes, this is because of what God has done in your life? Or is it feeding a part of your brokenness where you need this validation, where you need this affirmation? You need the praise of someone else to tell you that you're doing a good job. You need somebody to tell you that you are amazing, that you have it, you got what it takes, like you need it. And those things aren't bad for people to encourage you. But when we are broken and we have insecurities and we have these shortcomings in our lives and we need those to survive as worship leaders, it becomes an unhealthy place to lead from. It becomes unhealthy when you're giving your worship exhortations and you're telling everybody to lift their hands and they do it. And you're like, yes, that's exactly what I want them to, like, yes, that felt good. Like I made them do that. Like when it's like, I did that. I made them do it. Like they responded to me. Look at how they're reacting to me. That is a sign of a fractured soul that the Holy Spirit is so willing and so able to come and mend and heal. So signs to look out for if you are fueled or excited or motivated by people responding to you and not responding to God's presence, that is a sign that we need to take a journey on healing, on becoming whole. If you're waiting for people after service to come and embrace you full of tears and to affirm you and to validate you and to tell you how good you are and how anointed you are and how gifted you are and just to fuel your ego, if you're waiting for that, if you need that to survive, if you need that to keep you going, that is also another sign of fragility in your heart, of something that needs to be healed by God. And so these are things that we have to look out for as worship leaders, and probably things that we don't often talk about. It's something that we battle with internally that we don't really vocalize or always have the language to identify it with. Here are some practical things that you can do to help you on this worship journey. The first thing is acknowledgement. Acknowledge where you are. Acknowledge that this is a part of you that you've been dealing with, that you've been struggling with, not really knowing how to tend to it. Acknowledge that this is an issue, a reality in your life. Identifying the problem is always a great first step to healing. 2, confront it. Confront this thing head on. Bring it before God in prayer, with fasting, with wise counsel. Confront it. Allow the gentle hand of God to do surgery on you so that you can be made whole. And of course, that takes time. It's not an overnight thing, but allow patience to have its good work in you. 3, guard your mind. Guard your mind. When you're on stage, when you're leading, be intentional. Be aware of the thoughts and the feelings and emotions that might well up in moments of worship where you feel the temptation to receive validation from the congregation. Pull down those thoughts of arrogance and pride and boastfulness or being puffed up. Pull those things down. Identify that they are there. Pull down every thought that will interfere with God's glory. Be aware of where your mind is going, of how it travels or how it navigates during certain moments. And the Holy Spirit is in us. And so He, in those moments, will also teach us how to navigate. When those things begin to tempt us or try to pull us off track, the Holy Spirit is there to protect us, to teach us, to admonish us, and to make us whole.